in this nice weather that we've got going on.
It's good weather.
And now it's going to be heating up, which Stacy's okay with.
Yeah,
we have
a little
learned.
bit.
Yeah, she's ready to go back into summer mode here. And we are absolutely going to do that here through the rest of this week. We started to warm up today. First thing first tonight, we're going to bring a few showers to parts of Iowa. We'll call it isolated to scattered, not necessarily widespread soaking stuff, but at least some raindrops will fall in some places, break up some of this dry weather we've had as of late. Then we'll go back to the dry weather and we'll be heating up closer to 90 degrees here by the end of this week. Most of us got close to about 80 earlier this afternoon. We're still holding on to upper 70s across most of Iowa at this point in the day. You can see a few of those high level clouds from the downtown Des Moines camera. Otherwise, that's about it. We've got a statewide at this point. We have been watching over the past hour or so, a few thunderstorms starting to bubble out in parts of South Dakota and Nebraska. There's sort of just a kind of a broad zone of low pressure out this way, and that's going to shift eastward here as into Iowa as we head through this evening and into tonight. That will mean increasing cloud cover, most likely not till after dark. And you notice here, we'll pause the clock at midnight. That's when probably our first few showers will start to bubble up and develop, mainly southwestern parts of the state. So, Atlantic and Corning and Bedford, places like that, you folks maybe get some rainfall first. Still pretty scattered, though, activity, not widespread. Starts to shift eastward then after midnight and then into the pre-dawn hours of tomorrow towards the I-35 corridor and other areas that are Des Moines Metro and basically southward. Notice here around daybreak, it's basically south central Iowa, a few isolated to scattered cells. Maybe a rumble of thunder in there, too, but I think the best chance of any actual storms is going to be late tonight, well off to the west, where some of those we showed you out over the plains. By mid-morning tomorrow, 9 to 10 to 11 o'clock, we should be wrapping up any rainfall, pushing that off to the east. Cloud cover will decrease, and we'll see more sunshine and temperatures right back in the upper 70s for tomorrow afternoon. So we're not jumping to the heat quite that fast here. By the way, there is still one more chance of rain after that. Some of our data has been pretty persistent about bringing some more storms out of Minnesota later tomorrow evening into northwest Iowa first, and then some of those will drift into central parts of the state late tomorrow night, midnight, and into the wee hours of Wednesday morning. Now, after that, then the sun comes out on Wednesday. We start to heat up. We will bring up our humidity levels a little bit. We've been very, very comfortable as of late. We're right around that kind of dry to comfy range of the humidity scale right now, but we're going to push that level up to kind of in the sticky range as we go forward. And that's about all we're going to push it to. Just enough, not quite air you can wear. It's hard to do that once you get into September. I mean, drive by any corner bean field. We're drying out. We got to push in a lot of humidity to get to that number, and we're not going to do that. So as far as heat index values go, by the time we get to that 90 to 92 degree mark Friday into Saturday, we'll maybe push our heat index up 1 degree or 2 at the most. So nothing feeling like 100 or anything like that, but we will definitely be on the hotter side by Friday and into Saturday. Rainfall, though, limited here. Besides tonight and tomorrow, we'll have a slim chance on Friday and possibly some few more raindrops by Sunday.